Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sign1News. I'm Sign1News anchor Christopher D. Johnson. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. New details have emerged in the deadly shooting at a St. Louis high school. Authorities say 19-year-old Orlando Harris, a former student at the school, entered the building around 9 in the morning. He shot and killed 15-year-old Alexandria Bell and 61-year-old teacher Jean Kuska. Authorities say it took 4 minutes for officers to respond to the emergency call because many of them were attending a funeral nearby. Police exchanged gunfire with the gunman, and he was killed. But authorities say if police had not shown up so quickly, the tragedy could have been much, much worse. Harris had a long gun, which had almost 630-round high-capacity magazines, so there could have been many more victims. It's unclear how the gunman gained access inside the school or the motive for the shooting. There have been at least 67 shootings on school grounds this year in the United States. There are so many cases of RSV affecting children right now that hospitals across the country are running out of beds. RSV is a respiratory infection. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says there were more than 7,000 cases of RSV in just 1 week this month. That's the highest 1 week total in the past 2 years. But experts say parents don't panic. Public health officials are advising parents to keep their children as protected as possible from respiratory infections by making sure their kids are vaccinated and take steps to prevent the spread of germs. And doctors say parents should be on the lookout for symptoms like runny nose, coughing, and fever. An appeals court in Russia rejected the appeal of WNBA star Brittney Griner. She was sentenced to 9 years in prison, accused of trying to smuggle drugs into the country. The U.S. Justice Department says Griner is being unlawfully detained. And her lawyers argued the verdict was unfair and unjustified under Russian law. The court's decision means the legal process is basically over for Griner. However, Griner did receive a small victory. Her sentence was decreased by 1 day because the judge decided to count the time she spent in custody since February. Adidas has kicked Kanye West to the curb. The sportswear giant announced it has immediately ended its partnership with the rapper officially known as Ye. Ye has recently drawn criticism for some recent comments, including a tweet earlier this month where he said he was going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Adidas released a statement Tuesday saying it, quote, does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Adidas has also stopped production and sale of Yeezy branded products. The company says this decision will cost them about $250 million during its fourth quarter sales period. Fast food fanatics, listen up. The McRib is making a comeback again, but this time for a farewell tour. And yes, McDonald's is serious this time. The popular sandwich pops up on the menu every year, disappears, then pops up again. The 520-calorie sandwich with seasoned boneless pork, dipped in tangy barbecue sauce, and topped with chopped onions and pickles, is famous for being a favorite limited-time treat. This year, the McRib will be back on the menu October 31st until November 29th. Then it's bye-bye McRib. Well, maybe not goodbye, just see you later. If you were up at 5 a.m. Eastern Time today, you may have witnessed the final solar eclipse of the year. A solar eclipse is when the moon passes between the sun and earth, blocking most of the sun's light and creating a bright, fiery ring in the sky. Because the sun, moon, and earth were not perfectly lined up this time, this was a partial eclipse that looked like a crescent shape. If you missed this solar eclipse, the next opportunity won't be until April 2023. However, the full lunar eclipse, the next one, is in 2 weeks on November 8th. Every year, kids and parents in Melville Park, Illinois can't wait to see what the Alfano family has in store for Halloween. The family has become famous for creating elaborate costumes and incorporating their 13-year-old son, Anthony's wheelchair. This year's wheelchair costume has gone viral again. It's the famous skeleton key organ from the 1980s movie, The Goonies. And just like the movie, the costume's organ keys must be played in just the right order. But it's not the fan excitement or fame that motivates the family. They say it's seeing the joy of their son, who has cerebral palsy, and others just like him. So far, the Alfanos have donated 2 of Anthony's costumes to families with children in wheelchairs. And that's it for today. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. But if you prefer to watch on TV, you can watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. Take care of yourself, be safe, and drink lots of water.